All right, so we finished the first two sections. Well, actually, it's the first and the third of the 3 pages. And now we're going to do the middle section. And, oh, hang on, Holly. I'm sorry, my kitty is trying to chew things she shouldn't. Okay. All right, so this first page of the middle section, we're not going to do anything with yet. All right, so the second page, all right, has quite a bit going on. So first aside for the moment. So go ahead and use your cutting guide to cut everything you need. And I have not trimmed my corners yet, but I did tape. So I'm going through. All right, so we have, all right. So you should have a piece that is 7 by 5. You should have a piece that is 6 by 5. You should have a piece that is 7 by 3.5, and another that is 7 by 4.5. So we're going to start with the 7 by, which one? 3.5. Make sure I have everything. I'm trying to remember how I was going to do this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to set that one aside for now. I've got my 7 by... All right, so this is the 7 by 5. Okay. All right, so what I have... Hang on. Sorry, I'm lost. All right, so this one is 6 by 5, this one is 7 by 5. And what I am going to do is trim out my corners. There we go. And we are going to fold and burnish the sides. Okay, just like that. We're not going to do, well, we can do the bottom, but then we're going to straighten it back out again. So let's just do that first. And I'm burnishing that in both directions, okay? Because what we're going to have is this is going to attach here. Excuse me, hang on, this way. It's going to attach here. Okay, and that's going to make a flap. Okay, and then this is going to go on top to form a pocket. So let me, sorry, I'm turning things because it looks to me like it's not going to fit. I want to see why. Definitely looks like I cut it a little bit big, doesn't it? Okay. I am just going to score it in such a way. Just need about another 1/8 of an inch or so to make that fit. Okay. And then I'm trimming the top corners off of these side tabs. Okay. So this is going to, I keep trying to put it down wrong. Let me get that out of the way. Go like this, okay? So you're going to fold this in and we're going to put it there. We're going to leave these out for now. Line that up right along the edge. There's that. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to fold these. Hang on, move this so you can see it. Okay, so we're going to fold these to the inside, and we're going to take the piece that you didn't score or tape, which is the 6x5 piece, and that's going to be attached here. Okay, like that. Now, when we do this, that's going to leave this area here fully open so that the pocket is not closed. So what we're going to do is just run a little bead of glue there. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're just going to do one side first. Okay, just line this piece up with that corner. Oops, help if I had the right facing the right way, wouldn't it? Just like that. Oops, hang on. Is my piece too wide? I think it is too wide. Yeah, I cut it too wide. My bad. Okay, I don't know if you heard that bang. That was my cat throwing my paper trimmer, but it distracted me. I did not cut this too wide. I actually did it that way on purpose, so we wouldn't have to glue the bottom. Losing my mind. Okay, so you want to score the 5-inch side at a 1/2 inch. And let me just fix my guide here. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry about that. This is a page that I'm kind of winging it because I wasn't really sure how I wanted to do it, so that's why I'm a little fussed with it. There we go. So now what we're going to do, back to where I was at. All right, so is we're going to put this in such a way, and actually I feel like maybe we want to tuck this in first. All right. Yeah, I don't know if you can see what I just did. So I'm just tucking this up in under here, under each of these flaps. And I'm going to glue it down, and I want to make sure it's all the way in so it doesn't block that fold. I'm just pulling this down where I can see it. You can see that. Got it in where I want it, and I'm just pulling the back of the tape off. Okay, so there's that. And these are going to go in, and that's going to go down. So now we'll have a pocket that is also a flap. This piece of tape just keeps not wanting to stay down, so I'm going to burnish it. If you find your tape is lifting up, just give it a good burnish. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. So that's going to go in like that, and if you feel like it is sticking out a little, which mine is, you just kind of maneuver it a little and give it a burnish back into place. All right, now we're going to do, we have this piece here, which is our 7x4 pocket, and that is going to go here. Okay. for my pockets, I always put the bottom piece. Gosh, my nails are just horrible. I was painting a window frame, a black metal window frame with black paint, and it's all over my hands, under my nails. Okay, and I should have tested that for fit before I did that, because it is a little bit long. Okay, so hang on a sec. And let's see how that goes. Much better. Okay. Right. And I am just going to put this corner down. We start with corner. Make sure it's nice and straight. That looks good. Actually, it's straight, but it looks like it's in a little bit. Let's see if I can lift that up. There we go. That's better. Okay. Here we go. And we'll end up with a magnet here. All right, so we have a pocket here, we have a flap, and the flap is a pocket. Okay. Now we're going to do something very similar, but a little easier to do probably, on the next page. And this we have a 7-inch, I think it is. Let me double check. Yeah, 7x7 square that you cut in half. And you're going to score 2 straight edges on one piece and 1 straight edge on the other piece. Okay? And what we're going to do, let me take this, is we're going to make a flap. Oops. So this is going to be the same thing. I flap a pocket, but this one's going to be shaped like a triangle. So I just trimmed the edges. All right, and what's going to happen is this is going to go here. Right, so I'm just checking it for fit, and you can see it doesn't fit, but that's because I purposely cut this big, and that's what I want you to do too, because I didn't really trust my math. So, all right, so where do we want to be? Looks like I'd like it to be just under there. I think if we come down 3/4 of an inch. Okay. All right. So once you've done that, open it up again. And you want to come down, ignore the flap, make a mark. You want to come down. Actually, let me use the ruler that you can see. All right. So we're going to come down 3/4 of an inch from the point. Make a mark. Okay. And then we're going to come over here 3/4 of an inch from the point. Whoops. I keep marking it. There we go. Right there. Okay. And then you want to draw a line. Okay, just like that. And then just trim along that line. And you can use your big scissors, you could use paper trimmer. I think I'm just going to go ahead with my paper trimmer. Hope for the best. Okay, let's see. How does that look? That looks good. Gives us just a little bit in from the top and the bottom, so that's fine. All right, and then we're going to just trim, now that we know it's 3/4 of an inch, so we're just going to trim 3/4 of an inch off this one. there. All right. And then this one is going to rest on top of it, but it's going to be a little bit, because these are, let me explain it again, because these are the same size, right? But we took the 1/2 inch from each side of this one. When we fold the tabs in, it's going to shift down like this. You see? So you're going to have a little bit of a reveal. Okay, hope that makes sense. Well, you'll see, we'll do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. And trim these corners off. So what we're going to do now, get that out of the way. All right, so here's the flap, okay? And we tuck that under. And then here's the other triangle. And this is going to go down here. As you see that? And now you have this reveal. It just looks more interesting than if it was a perfect match. Because that way you can use, you know, 2 different mats and it'll look really nice. I am matching up, oops, a corner, it's wanting to pivot on me. And then make sure it is even. Looks pretty good. Good, okay, and then I have a little bit hanging there, I just need to trim on this flap. Good. Okay. Now this is going to go here, just like that. Okay. And see, you're going to have a mat, one mat, another mat, another mat. It's going to make a nice stripe. I don't know if you can see it very well on camera, but it's going to look nice. Nice. We're going to get all these pages done today in this video, and then next time we'll do matting, so that'll be good. Right, so just line everything up nice and straight along there. There we go. So this is a flap and a pocket, and we have all this area to work with. And over. Okay, now see where I am at. Let's just check this for fit. Yep. I need to bring it in a little. Pages, and when you're doing a book with these kind of pages, these folded pages, you will often need to adjust. You know, they won't be exactly the size you think they're going to be just because of the fold takes up some space. So just, you know, take your time and do your test fits to make sure everything is fitting. There we go. That's all right. I rescored that about 3 times. And what I am going to do is, I ended up having to take quite a bit off of that, you know, fold it in quite a bit so the adhesive isn't all the way out to the end. Rather than using more tape, I'm just going to put some glue there. Is good. Okay. This is kind of a tall pocket. Okay, now clean up some of these, and then we have one last thing to do, and then the pages will be all done except for two, but those two we're going to do when we map. Space is kind of discombobulated because I'm working from home now, like a lot of other people, and I'm using this space, so the whole other half of my craft space is now office, and I had previously packed up a bunch of stuff, so the combination of extra things in the office plus a lot of things packed up, and I don't know where half my stuff is. Okay, so what we're going to do is make an envelope flap. So the first step in making the envelope flap is going to be making the envelope. I'm using an envelope punch board. If you do not have an envelope punch board, check your scoreboard. Some of those can do it. You can use a pre-bought envelope, or you could just do a flap or another pocket instead. But I have gone ahead and I'm using this scoreboard, this envelope punch board from We Are Memory Keepers, and I have cut a 7.5 by 7.5 square. I'm doing the, if you go down here on the card size, it says 3.5 by 5.5 Gladstone. I have no idea what that means. However, that is what I am doing. Okay, so, and this piece is extra. Put that aside. Okay, so then there's a score line measurement which says 3. So I'm lining this up with the 3. There we go. Then I am going to score along this line and punch. Then you turn, line that up there, and score. Oops. And punch. So now we have this, and then on the back of the scoreboard is a rounder, and I'm going to use that. There. Okay, now let's set that aside. And the other thing that we are going to need, and I didn't cut it because I wasn't sure of the measurement yet, is another gusset. So that's a piece 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch, whatever, 1 inch is usually good, by the width of this envelope minus a little bit. So by about 5 5/8. So 1 by 5 5/8. And we are going to score this in half, vertically. Okay. Fold that in half, burnish it, and trim the corners. There are a lot of flaps in this book. Okay, now we take our envelope, fold in, fold in, like that, and then this is going to be the base of the envelope. Fold up. I have a little thing sticking out right there. I'm just going to trim off. Okay, and then we have the top of the envelope. Okay, so here's our envelope, which we have to mat. And it's a lot easier to mat this when it's flat and not in the book. So I'm just going to have all these pieces and we'll add them into the book later. But what's going to happen is this little gusset that we made is going to go there, and it's going to go here. Okay, and then get attached into the book. So this will be hidden under the mat for this piece. So we can actually glue this on now And we'll use glue, since I have the glue handy. I'm just double checking that I'm doing this the way I want, because we could actually put it on this side. No, I like it on this side. All right, so it goes here. You just want to line this up. Hang on, I'll move this into the frame in a second if it's not already. All right, so we're just putting this about centered on the bottom of the envelope. It's a little shorter than the envelope, and right at the bottom there. Okay. And then I'm not going to do any more with this because I want to be able to open it up fully and mat it while it's flat. But what's going to happen is eventually it'll get glued here, and then we'll fold it over so we have a flap here, and when it opens up it's an envelope. Okay, and then this is going to stay plain. We're going to do something else there. So that is everything, right? That's page 1, that's page 2. All right, so we have constructed all of our pages, done all the flips and things that we can do at this point. So next time we're going to do the matting, or at least some of the matting, maybe even all of the matting. We'll see how it goes. So that's it. This is a design team project for Country Craft Creations, using the beautiful Farmhouse Market collection from Carta Bella, as well as baby blue artisan cardstock. You can get all of that at Country Craft Creations. I've also got the sticker book. I've got these beautiful ribbons. I have the enamel dots, the puffy stickers, and the washi tape. So that's everything that I have to work with. And that is it. And where am I at? Well, I'll tell you when we do the walkthrough, but I'm at about 13, 14 sheets of cardstock so far. And of course we still have all the inserts to do. And that includes 2 for wrapping the cover. So it's not going to be too many more than that because we're pretty far along. So that's it. I will see you next time, and we'll start working with the papers, the decorative papers. And see how far we get. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. All those things really do help the channel. They're really important, and I appreciate them very much. And I will see you next time. Oh, I feel like I forgot to tell you something. Cutting guide. It's linked down below. Don't forget to get yourself the cutting guide. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.